In this short video, I'm going to show you a unique feature of Sparkling Logic Smart's Decision Manager called Fluid Metaphors. In Smarts, the content of the rule is separate from the visual metaphor used to display the rule. This means that you can view and edit the same rules as text rules, a decision table, tree, or graph. Let's see how it works. I have opened my project in Smarts. In this case, it's an auto insurance underwriting project. Let's take a look at some risk-based tiering rules. These rules are assessing risk based on the age and mileage of the applicants. We are currently looking at the text representation of the rules, but we may want to work with the more compact representation of a decision table. Let's look at these same rules as a decision table. In the decision table, the rules are displayed in a tabular format similar to a spreadsheet. Each row in the table represents a rule, and I have condition columns and an action column. In the decision table representation, I can sort the columns by clicking on a column heading. Or I can group the columns by dragging fields to the group area. This allows me to see all of the rules that look at mileage under 50,000, the rules that look at mileage over 50,000, and the rules that don't take mileage into account. I can also edit rules in this representation, changing the value of the cells to modify a condition or action. I can add new rows to add new rules, or I can add new columns to add new conditions or actions. Another useful representation is the decision tree. In a decision tree, each rule is represented by the path from a root node to a leaf node. The representation makes it easy to see how the rules are organized by age and mileage. Like the other rule representations, this representation is also editable. I can edit a condition or action by clicking on a node. I can add new conditions or new actions. I can align the actions in the tree, or I can display the tree in a horizontal representation. This is a scalable representation, and if I had a larger tree, I could also zoom to focus on certain areas of the tree. Since the decision tree representation has a leaf node for each rule in the rule set, I can see here a rule that leads to a standard risk conclusion, and here another rule that leads to a standard risk conclusion. If I'm interested in all the ways we assess that an application is standard risk, I may want to look at another representation, the decision graph. In this representation, the common leaf nodes are combined, so I can view all the paths through the logic that lead to the same result. For example, here I can see the paths that lead to the determination of standard risk. Using this unique feature of Smarts, I'm able to choose the representation of my rules based on my preference or the task at hand. I don't need to decide up front which is the best representation for my rules.